Hey everybody, welcome back to the Zim's video journal. This is episode 30. It's pretty cool. So, check it out. We got a couple things to talk about. First thing I'll tell you about is I've been working on the video shoot for Lost Dogma that I told you about last time. And like I told you about when I was editing the video for theZim and A-Rock, our video 7. Same deal. That laptop right there, it just doesn't cut it for video editing. It does alright with, it's a very slow, the workflow is very slow in terms of cutting it and editing all the pieces together. But then I do this process where I take that and make one file out of all those cuts basically, and then do a filter all those cuts. And the filters that I put on over top of the whole thing is about 4.5 minutes long. It takes a really long time to render it all down, and what I ended up doing is I render it till it freezes the computer, I restart the computer, and then start the render up again from that moment on. And I have to do that, like the last time through I had to do it twice to complete the render on the whole video. Well, yeah, it's like the way I use Final Cut Pro X, and maybe I'm not doing something right, but I don't know. Maybe it's just not a buff enough computer. But it just barely cuts it. And I spent 2 whole days. It's Sunday night, like I pretty much usually record these on Sunday night. I spent both Saturday and Sunday in the closet studio right here working on that video. But I think I got a pretty good cut. I'm excited to send it off and see what they think of it and what feedback they have for me, so I'll be able to make adjustments. But I'm pretty happy with the cut I made, so we'll see how that goes. So just hopefully down the line I'll be able to get something that's designed for video editing, because really enjoy this process of doing this video editing stuff. But trying to work on that it's no fun. Basically, it takes the fun out of it when it's just choking up and freezing up and stuff. So that's that thing. But so look forward to that. Probably, I imagine, before the end of the month, or maybe a couple of weeks, it'll be posted somewhere. So I'll be sure to post the links to that for you as well. Next thing, it's pretty fun. Facebook. More talk about Facebook. We hit 1,000 likes on Facebook, so that's pretty cool. So if you haven't liked our band page, make sure you do that. Like as always, I'll be posting the links to all the stuff you need to know in the description of this video. So wherever you're watching it, make sure you go to the YouTube page and go check out the links. Check it all out, while you're doing your internet kind of fun, whatever you do. So 1,000 likes on Facebook. I don't know what it means. Like I've told you already, just most of the people on there I solicited the likes, but I'm just hoping that it'll mean something. The fact that we have more likes, that somewhere down the line somebody will be like, hey, that band, there must be something going on with that band, so it'll just kind of inspire more people to check us out. Because I know we got something going on, so it's just a matter of telling other people we got something going on. So that's just the hustle I'm doing, just keeping that going. The big thing I wanted to mention is the first podcast drops this week on December 4th. We're going to drop it, so make sure you've got your iTunes, you're hooked up to iTunes. I went to iTunes myself the other day and checked it out, and if you go to iTunes, type in Word on the Street, and then on the right side there's a thing that says podcasts. We are the first podcast that comes up, the little block. It's like the 2 robots that we use, the Zim and A-Rock use, plus it says WOTS underneath it, and you should be able to find that. So Word on the Street, that's the podcast. So subscribe to it, give us some subscribers, because that's important when you're trying to build up this thing and making, same thing with those likes on Facebook and whatnot. It's like the more subscribers, the more people that are supporting us in that way will help create this whole thing and keep things moving. So that'd be awesome. I got the first one dropping on Thursday. Like I said, I decided to do Thursday as the day, every other Thursday. And as long as I always have a backlog of 4 podcasts, which I do right at this moment, I have 4 podcasts. As long as I always have 4 when one drops, I'll drop another one in between those 2 weeks. But for now, it's every other week. And last week was a good week. I interviewed, conversed with 2 people, 2 bands. 1 band and 1 person, actually. I haven't decided if I want to say who it is because I want to, I'm pretty much leaving that vague because I'm not entirely sure which order I'll put them out, so I don't want to put expectations not there. But for now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep them in order because right now it's very much about the process of doing that. And you'll be able to see, I mean, already from the 4 I've done, the how I am during that process has changed, you know, and so the evolution of that is part of this. And it makes me a little bit anxious, to be honest. It makes me a little bit anxious because I know my first one, the one that's going to be dropping on Thursday, which I'm really excited about, but I know it's not my best one. But I'm just hoping it doesn't turn people off right away. But, you know, I'll do essentially one of these things, a little preface before the actual interview on each podcast. So I'll talk about the process and what's going on, and hopefully people will be forgiving if it's not perfect. So down the line, it'll hopefully just keep getting better. I still have not yet gotten to a place where I feel really comfortable. Like doing these now, talking to this, just the camera, talking to you guys right now, I feel really comfortable. I'm like, there's no nervous energy or anything. I just talk, but it's all me. There's no expectation or there's no kind of anything. I mean, there was a little bit of nervous energy when I first started because it's kind of weird to get used to how to look at the camera and feel and just what to do. But I'm hoping that over time, it should work out over time. When I'm sitting down with the person and talking to them, the nervous energy will go away more, and it'll feel more natural and that kind of thing. I think I'm doing a decent job at it, but I'm not inside. I know I'm not there yet. I can feel it because there's a lot going on. I'm thinking and trying to listen and trying to make sure the conversation rolls and stuff. But it'll get there. And then over time as well, hopefully the guests that I'll have will have a familiarity with the podcast. They'll be like, oh, that's the Word on the Street podcast, rather than, what is that? Because that's like most people right now are like, what are you trying to do? What's going on? And so anyways, but over time, hopefully it'll grow and do that thing. So that was a good week to do. And I actually, this coming up week, I have 2 more podcasts. So if everything goes as planned, there'll probably be another one dropped next week as well. But like I said, just keeping it once every other week, so I know I always can commit. I can make that, and I've got a bunch already scheduled. I just got a bunch scheduled out, so it should be going pretty good. I'm just, every time I'm doing my Facebook things and doing stuff, I'm just discovering more people that I want to talk to, and I just throw them out a feeler, say, hey, you want to do this with me? And actually, I got my first today, a booker for a venue that I was booking. Got my first, no, I'm not interested. Most people are interested or they don't respond, but nobody yet has said no. I got my first no, so that's cool. I expect it, every once in a while. But speaking of booking shows, I might as well mention, theZim and A-Rock have 2 shows booked for January now. We're playing a place called the Williams Ave Pub in Renton on January 17th. And then we're also playing Flight's Pub up in Everett on January 30th. So full lineups will be announced as we go along, but I don't know the full lineups yet. But that's pretty stoked. So we got like I told you before, got my 2 shows for January. So now I'm already looking at February, booking out February. So hopefully in February I'll grab a Seattle show and then a show somewhere else. Because those 2 that I just mentioned are not Seattle, which is great. This is what I want. I don't want to play Seattle every month. I want to space it out and hopefully, like I said, make each show an event and get people pumped and get people there. So that's what's going on with that. So I think that's it. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Mine was excellent. I cooked the whole deal, did everything. I love doing that. And so I'll see you next Monday. And like always, go to the YouTube page, subscribe to this channel. Go to the iTunes, subscribe to the iTunes podcast feed, and then go to our Facebook page and give it a like if you haven't already. And all those links will be in the description of this video. So go to the YouTube and you can check out all those links. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. This is theZim's Video Journal, episode 30.